It's exactly 1 year later. This is the infamous Koppie, where thousands of miners gathered for days on end last year. Today, we have miners singing songs to remember their fallen colleagues. It is also the scene where the massive shootout took place, which made international headlines. At the time, the miners said that they were not affiliated to any union. They were here representing themselves, wanting a 12,500 rand salary. Police surrounded the area and asked them to hand over their weapons. When they refused, the police came in with water cannons, tear gas and stun grenades. When that failed, we saw thousands of miners running from this Koppie all the way down near the informal settlement and started charging towards the police. It is in this area over here where the 34 miners were gunned down. At the time, I was hiding behind one of the police vans, fearing for my life. After a while, there seemed to be a standoff between the miners and police. The miners stood their grounds, they still didn't give up their weapons, and police surrounded the informal settlement. The gunshots were fired just before 4 p.m. on the 16th of August. I immediately phoned the radio station. Afternoon anchor Tara Mini was already halfway through a bulletin, but she crossed over to me asking me what had happened.
Gia, officers opened fire on protesters a short while ago.
Yes, Tara, and I can actually see at least 5 bodies. It looks like they've been shot when the chaos erupted a short while ago.
Straight afterwards, I spoke to afternoon talk show host David O'Sullivan, and I described to him what I could see. At the time, I was walking through a bloody mass murder and was counting bodies.
I counted 5 bodies lying on the ground, and they looked dead, David. I mean, there was blood dripping from their heads and their faces and their bodies. There could be more, however, because those people were lying on the flat ground here. There were other bodies inside the tall grass, so it was very difficult to tell if they had been wounded or actually killed during the shootout.
When the sun started setting, the police told all media to leave the area. Without hesitation, we did. The next day, the situation was still tense, and President Jacob Zuma arrived here and appointed a commission of inquiry to investigate the killings. We've now had the commission of inquiry for several months, but to date they have not submitted any recommendations or conclusions, and the people here in Marikana are still waiting for answers. Gia Nicolaides, Eyewitness News, Marikana.
Eyewitness News, in touch, in tune, and independent. For the latest, log on to ewn.co.za or ewn.mobi.